methods, the non-probability methods, also errors, and also the biases. It's interesting. It's easy, this one. Trust me. Trust it's easy. So for test one, make sure you get good marks. Make sure. Because yeah, well, you guys can see chapter one, it's easy. It's you, that one. Chapter two, even chapter two, it's easy, but make sure that when you are given a scenario, make sure that you analyze the question before you answer. Because I know it's multiple choice, that one. So you don't just say, no, I think the answer it's B. The answer it's C. You must make sure that you analyze the question. Someone which went. Okay, so let's start with the sampling methods. But before we start with the sampling methods, we can look at the one for the introduction. So for chapter two, basically, like, we'll be dealing with our population size, the sample size, the sample size of the stratum size. Okay. So when you look at this for EG, so I showed something. I just put this on here. When you look at this scenario here, you can see that we have a population. This is our whole population. This whole thing, it's a population. So out of this population, we take out the sample size. The sample size, depending, maybe we can take 3 sample sizes or 4. But here we only have 3 sample sizes, which is sample A, sample B, sample C. I hope you can all see that. Can all see?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, let's see. Let's not focus on this one. We also have our definitions. So you need to know definition of a census. We can ask you a definition, but in terms of like the multiple choice, so they can ask you the definitions via like the options A, B, C, D. Then when you're going to choose, oh, this definition, I remember it's about the census. So we know that when you're talking about the census, we're going to talk about a population, where that population is fully surveyed. You need also to know a definition of population one. So yeah, you need to know this. So remember, I talked about the population, or if this is our population size. Out of this population, you are going to take out the samples. You can talk about the sample. So you need to understand, when you're given a scenario, from that scenario, you need to identify the population size and also the sample size. If you can do that, then I think you're good to go. And another thing, we will be dealing with the simple random sampling. I'm going to show you when we get to that one. Always remember, when you are dealing with the simple random sampling, the one with random numbers, make sure that you always use the population size, which is capital letter N. Let me just show you something. So this is capital letter N. This is the population size. The population size, the capital letter N. And then small letter n, it's what we call the sample size. So when you are dealing with the simple random sampling, you always use this one. Always use this one. You always focus on the population size. You'll see when we do our examples. Any questions so far? Any questions? So you're also sorted. Any questions?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Questions.
All right. Okay. Great. So this is the population size as capital letter N, and this is the sample size, small letter n. Okay, let's see. And you also need to know the definition of the statistical inference. You know that with the statistical inference, that is the method we use to make conclusions. And that conclusion is about what? It's about the population. From which? From the sample data. So yeah. Okay. Let's just okay. Just look at All right, now let's look at the sampling methods. With the sampling methods, this is very important. You must make sure that you understand this. We have the two types of the sampling methods. The first one is the probability sampling. The second one is non-probability sampling. So I see that someone wants to join. Just do this. Okay, great. So we have the two types of the sampling methods. The first one is the probability sampling method. The second one is non-probability sampling methods. So the probability sampling, this one, it's based on what? It's based on the principles of what? Of the chances, where we can talk about it's maybe time consuming, expensive. Those are the advantages, and it's like more reliable, but it's also complex. That's probability sampling. The non-probability sampling, your it's based on what? It's based on the subjective consideration. It's fast, cheap, convenient. But remember, the reliability of one cannot be measured. Once you will see when we do my examples of this. Okay, let's see. So now look at this one. Remember, don't forget, two types of sampling methods, probability sampling and non-probability sampling. Now, with the probability sampling, it's when like each element of the population is what we call a known probability. And that probability, that known probability, it will be included in the sample. That's what we call under the probability sampling. Each element of that the population in what we call a known probability, and that probability it may be included the sample. Then the non-probability sampling, that sample is being like taken by what? By making use of more subjective criteria. You'll see like examples of the probability sampling and non-probability sampling. Let's see. Yeah, look at this. So under, they can ask you, they can say which one of the following is not an example of probability sampling. Well, you must know, okay, it's simple random sample, stratified random sample, cluster sampling. Those ones are the examples of probability sampling. We are going to use them like for our calculations. Then for non-probability sampling, the examples, it's convenience sampling, judgment sample, and then Q sampling. So under this module, like under this chapter 2, for our calculations, it's this one. Calculations, it's only simple random sample and stratified random sampling. The rest, it's scenarios where they're going to give you a scenario, then they can ask about the sample error, whether you're going to check if it's convenience, judgment, Q sample, cluster sampling. Then these two here, the calculations, these two. So you must make sure that you know the examples or the different types of the probability sampling and non-probability sampling here. Yeah. So yeah, any questions? Let me know if you guys have questions. And please, guys, don't be shy to ask questions. Well, the aim is to make sure that you guys you understand the module and you pass. Any questions? All right. Okay.
No.
Oh, you are sorted. You're all sorted, ne? Okay. All right. Now let's look at. Remember what I said, ne? We have two types of the sampling methods: the probability sampling, non-probability sampling. Under probability sampling, we have three types of probability sampling, which are simple random sampling, stratified random sampling, cluster sample. Then under non-probability sampling, we have convenience sampling, judgment, and Q&A. So remember what I said again. For our calculations, we under the simple random sampling and the stratified random sampling only. Okay, let's see the one for simple random sampling. So the simple random sampling is obtained now if what? If each element in that population, not already in the sample, it has what? An equal chance of being taken. Look at this. An equal chance of being taken. Now we are talking about what? A simple random sampling. Remember this, they can give you a scenario. On that scenario, then they can ask what, maybe which of the following, maybe it's about the types of probability sampling or the error or something, but we don't need to check on that scenario. Like, do you have maybe an equal chance of that population or the equal chance of being taken into that symbol? You need to check that before you can say, yes, the answer I can see here, it's simple random sampling. So it's very important to check that. Remember, with the simple random sampling, we deal with the random numbers. Okay, let's see. So here, it's when you list all population elements are numbered. Okay, then you use a table of random numbers, or they will give you the random numbers. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is the table that you guys will be given, but they will tell you if they want you to use this table, they will tell you to use it, because which means meaning you guys will be given this table. Let's look at this example here. I hope you can all see this example. Let's say, for example, they want us to find the third element or a third number. They want us maybe to find the third element. This is what you do. Remember what I said with the simple random sampling. You will be given the sample size. You will also be given the population size. And I said, always focus on the population. When you look at this population here, we are given a population of 250, which is digit 1, 2, 3. We have 3 digits, 1, 2, 3. So from our random numbers, before you want to say that, okay, this is my that element, this is my answer, make sure that answer that you chose must be below the population. Let's check. These are our random numbers. They will say start from left to right, like from the first row. This is the first row. From left to right without replacement. Meaning, if you here you chose 127 as your first element, you must make sure that when you go to the fourth element, we go to the sixth element or the seventh element, and then you still see the 127, you're not going to choose it again. Because it's without replacement. You don't repeat our numbers. Let's see. It's 127 greater than 250, our population. Is it greater than?
No.
Oh, yeah. So now, this is the first element. 356, it's greater than 250, so this one is out. 127, you see, it's still appearing now, so you're not going to take it out. 345, it's greater than, it's out. 955, greater than, out. 561, greater than, out. And then this is 020, which is 20. Here, we're going to take it as the second element. Okay, and then now we have 301, it's greater than, it's out. Now we have 771, out. Then now we have 345, it's greater than, out. We have 156, which is below 250. So we're going to take this one as the third element. Now the answer, our answer will be what? Will be 156 as the third element. If they want the fourth element, you go here. 314 is greater than, out. 751, out. 245, you're going to take 245 as the fourth element here. Can you all see that?
Yes.
Okay, great. So that's how you solve random numbers, and also the questions that are based on the simple random sampling. Yeah. Now, okay, since you're all sorted, no questions. Let me quickly do this now. Because now we are on simple random sampling. Let's do 2 questions that are based on the simple random sampling. Let me just quickly download one question paper on eFundi. Please just give me 2 minutes. Just gonna download the question paper now. But in the meantime, if you guys have any questions, please let me know before we do questions that are based on the simple random sampling. There's someone who sent me a message, and the person, but I think that question was based on the stratified. We will also do that question when we do the stratified random sampling part. Let me just download the question paper now. Just two questions, yeah, two question papers. Then we focus on, we do maybe those two questions that are based on the simple random sampling. Let me just do this now. If you have any questions, please ask me. Let me just download that question. Old papers 2025. Okay, this is class test 1. Okay, what's the other one? And 2024. So we're going to do 2025 and 2024 class test 1. Class test 1. All right, yeah, let me share my screen again. You can all see now. If you can't see my screen, please let me know. All right, now let's look at this question here. Let me just do this. Let's look at this question. Yeah, let's see. Just choose this one. All right, now when you look at this question here, they say a sample of size 6. So meaning n, small letter n is equal to what? Small letter n is equal to 6. Is to be chosen randomly without replacement. From where? From a population of what? Of 57. So meaning capital letter N, which is equal to what? Is equal to 57. Here, 57. Individuals numbered 1 to 57. They say now you must use the following extract of random numbers to choose a random sample of 6 individuals. Start at the top row here. Start here at the top row from left. You must read from left to right. You must read from left to right. Okay. Now, when you look at the question, they say that the numbers of the 6 chosen individuals are, so they want the 6 numbers, the chosen individuals. Okay, great. Now, let's look at this. We are going to take a number that is below our population. And what is our population? 57. So who can give me the first number? Anyone?
It's 12.
12. Number 1. Then the second number?
16.
16. Second one. Then the third number?
46.
This one, 46. And then the fourth number?
11.
Which is this one here. Then the fifth number?
51.
51. What is the fifth number? Then the sixth number, the last number?
9.
Which is this one. Which is this one. Now you go to your options, you check. 12, 16, 12, 16, 46, 12, 16, 46, 11, 51, and 9. Here it is. So the answer here is option C. Any questions? So I also taught, like you all understood the question. Like the reason why we're saying that the answer will be option C. Are you all good?
Yes, we are good.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Let's do this one. 2024. 2024. 2024. Let's look at this one here. Let's get to do this. Okay, so 2024. Let's look at this. Remember, always read the question, analyze it. So now when we look at this one, they say, suppose you are investigating a population of N, which is equal to 1,360 bags of potatoes, and you need to draw a sample of 20. Remember, we said this is N of 20. This is capital letter N here. Okay, in a random manner without replacement for a quality control study. Now, suppose further that you have indexed the bags by assigning a unique number from 1 to 1,360 to each of them. Now, you must use the following extract of random numbers to do what? To determine the index of the fourth selected bag. You must start where? At the top row and read from left to right. Great, let's see. The first number, remember the numbers that you're going to take, they must be below our population. So we can give me the first number. Just check this. The first number.
I think it's 1,356.
Okay, 1,356 because it's less than our population of 1,360. So this is number one. Number one. Then we can give us the second or the second element. The second element. Anyone? So now you have 0,401 here. That will be our second element. Let me just do this. The second element will be 0,401 here. 0,401. You can all see that. Can you all see? Then what about the third element? Who can give us the third element answer? Well, remember, guys, the aim here is to make sure that you all understand. So I want us to all participate. Plus, we are less than 10. So, yeah, don't be shy, guys. Don't be shy. And yeah, just ask question if you like. You feel like I know there's something that I didn't understand. You can ask the question, or you, because I know most of you maybe guys are shy. We saw that the first element was 1,356. The second element is 0,401. Then what about the third element? What do you guys think that will be the answer? Let's try. Like, yeah, don't be like I think maybe the answer that I will say will be wrong. Now, I agree. You guys are just like, so don't be shy. So, anyone?
0769.
07. Oh yeah, but I agree. We are doing it like step by step, or what? Step by step. I want the third element. The third element till the fourth element. So I want someone who can give me the answer for the third element.
0769.
Okay, 0769. As the third element.
Yes.
Okay, it's 0769. All right. So why are you saying that the third element will be 0769?
Because one number.
Come again, you saying? I couldn't hear what you said. You were saying?
I was saying, and the other numbers are actually bigger, so we can't include them. We have.
Yes, correct. Correct. The reason why, like, after like giving me an answer now, the reason why I'm asking why did you say that this is the answer is to make sure that I need to make sure that you guys understand. So you don't cram because you are dealing with numbers, and when you are dealing with numbers, you don't cram. So I need to make sure that you guys understand. So yeah. Then what about the fourth element or the fourth selected peg?
1317.
1317. Okay, because it's less than the population. So you can all see that the answer here it's 1170. The third element and the fourth element here. Any questions?
No.
Okay, great. Let's go back to this chapter. So now we are done with the simple random sampling. Let's go to the stratified random sampling. Let's go to the stratified random sampling. Okay. All right. For the stratified random sampling, first, the population is divided into a number of what? A natural or non-overlapping groups, or we can call it strata, that are more or less homogeneous. Then those elements, they are what? They are randomly selected from each group. They are randomly selected from each group. So when we are dealing with the stratified random sampling, the other one that those numbers, like the numbers of the sample elements, they are taken from each group may be different. May be different. So now we say that if we have a number of elements, we call it Ni. Can use Na depending on the scenario. Depending on the scenario. So now that Ni or those numbers of the elements, they are proportional to the stratum size. So this capital letter Ni, with this the stratified random sampling, we have this. We have capital letter N as what? As the population size. Let me just write it here. As the population size. Let's do this. Population size. Okay, now the population size. Just do this. Population size. Capital letter N. And for small letter n, this is the sample of size. Small letter n, sample of size. Sample of size. Let me just say sample size. Sample size. Okay. We also have capital letter Ni. This capital letter Ni, it's what we call the population, the stratum, the population stratum size. Check someone wants to join. Okay, just do this. Okay, so this capital letter Ni is the population stratum size. So population, let me just copy this one. Just do this one. Just take this one and copy this one and put it here. The population stratum size, the capital letter Ni. You see now. Just do this. Just delete this and this one. Okay, just put it here. Okay. the population straight term size. Straight term size. That is capital letter Ni. What about small letter Ni? The sample size straight term, or the sample size straight term of each group. Of each group. So you'll see, like when we do our questions, it's very important to understand this thing that I'm doing here. So this is the sample size, the straight term, the sample size straight term size. Sample straight term size. Straight term size, like this. Let me put it here. Yeah, like this. Yeah. So any questions so far? Do you guys have questions? Any questions?
No.
All right. Yeah, I think now we can continue. Let's see. Okay. Sorry about that. Now here, look at this. We have, remember this thing here. This is what we call the population size from here. Population size, which is 40. So the total here it's 40. Now, the population straight term size for male is 24. The population straight term size for female it's 16. So one ordinal population size, the population straight term size for male and the population straight term size for female. This side, we also have now the sample size, small letter n, which is equal to 10. We also have the sample straight term size for male, which is equal to 6. We also have the sample straight term size for female, which is equal to 4. So now, yeah, once you understand this, then now we're going to use this formula. Remember, with this formula, you can use this formula to find the sample straight term size, depending on the question that you guys will be given. You can also use it to find the population. You can also use it to find the population straight term size. But it's very important to make sure that you understand this formula. Make sure that you understand this. Let's see. Here, when you look at this question, we were required to find what? To find the sample straight term size of the male. But now, when you look at the question, guys, with the statistics, it's about analyzing of the data. You don't just no, the answer here, I think it's option B. Or the answer, I think it's 6. How do you get 6? So for you to be good with stats, it's about understanding the question and also make sure that you understand the basics. So what we are doing here, the basics. Once you understand the basics, it's going to be easy for you to understand the module or to understand that chapter. Even when you do previous question paper. So meaning when you do our previous question papers, make sure that you understood the basics. Because once you do that, it's going to be easy for you to So now when we look at this question, we were given the population of 40. We're given the population straight term size, which is 24 of male. We're also given the population straight term size of the female. But when you check, the question is, you are now required to find the sample straight term size of male. And how do you do that? You are going to use this formula. Either can use this one or use this one. We use it to find the sample size of each straight term size. All right, great. Now, when you look at this one, the sample size of the male, how do you get it? You're going to use 10 as the sample size, multiply by the capital letter NM, which is the population size of that straight term of male. 24, we divide it by 40, you get 6. Other one, you do the same. You divide it by 40, you get 4. Yeah, that's how you deal with stratified random sampling. So any questions with regards to stratified random sampling before we do our question papers 2024 and 2025? Any questions? Two, three, four, five. Also I'm externals. Do you guys have questions? Okay. I'm not sure if it was it Mpo or I'm not sure, Mpo or Lewang. The person who sent me, there was a question. That question is based on chapter 2. Which question paper was that one? Because that question is based on the stratified random sampling. Was it 2025 question paper? Can you please confirm the question paper so that I can download it on my site? I forgot the name of that person.
It wasn't me.
Let me check here on WhatsApp. Just quickly check the person who sent me that question. Just quickly check here. I think it was Elisa, ne? I think so. Can you please confirm the question paper? Was it 2025 or 2024? Okay. It seems like she's offline. All right, let's just do this one. 2025 question. This question 10, because question 10 is based on the stratified random sampling. And another thing, you must be able to see which this question is based on this one, and I'm required to find maybe I'm required to find N, I'm required to find capital letter N. Let's analyze the question. Let's see. So question 10 says a study is to be conducted on all first year students of the faculties. So we have the natural and agricultural sciences, humanities, education at NW Project Room campus. The number of registered students in the 3 faculties are as follows. So under this faculty, we have the FNAS, we have humanities, we have education. Ne? So who can tell me, like, this 800, what is this 800? Is it capital letter N? Is it capital letter N-I? Is it small letter N or is it small letter N-I? Anyone? Anyone wants to try?
Capital letter N-I.
Capital letter N-I. And why are you saying that it's capital letter N-I? Remember, guys, agree? The reason why I'm asking, I think I've said it before, is to make sure that you understand. Agree? You don't claim. So just explain it in your own like terms, the way you understand it. Just explain it the way when you understand the reason why you're saying that it's capital letter N-I.
So we have the total population of 3,000.
Yes.
And then for natural and agricultural science faculty, we have 800 students, meaning that 800 is part of the population.
Yes, correct. So meaning this one, it's capital letter N. We can just say, yeah, for natural and agricultural science, This one is capital letter N for H. You can just put H for humanities. And this one is capital letter N for education, which is NE. Now, the question here is, how do we get the population? How do we get the capital letter N, our population? By adding this, by adding N plus the N H plus the NE. How do we get this? Plus the NE. When you add all this, 800 plus 1,200 plus 1,000, what is the answer?
3,000.
Come again, you saying?
3,000.
4,000.
3.
Let's do this. Just do this. It's 3,000. 1, 2, 3. 3,000. You're all with me now. You guys have any questions? Right. Okay, 3,000. Now they say if a proportional stratified sample of size 120. So this 120 is what? It's small letter n. So small letter n is equal to what? 120. Yeah, 120. Now they said how many students should be included in the sample from each of the respective faculties? What are we looking for on this question? Are we looking for, you can all see that we are looking for small letter n from each of the respective faculties. So we are looking for the sample stratum size of FNAS, humanities, education. We are looking for that. Before, like remember, before you can even see that the answer is A, B, C. Let's work it out. Okay, let me just do this. Let's work it out. Let's start. Which formula are we going to use? Let me just use this document. Where is it? No, not this one. There's a document that I want to use. Let me just use this document. And we can use this. Let me just use this one. So now we all know that capital letter N is equal to 3,000. 3,000. Small letter n is equal to 120. And capital letter N for what? For FNAS. Let me just put for F. Is equal to what? 800. Also that 800. Then capital letter N for humanities. Let's put H. H is equal to what? I think it was 1.2. Let me confirm here. This question. Yes, 1,200. 1,200. 1,200. Capital letter N for what? For education. For education is equal to what? 1,000. 1,000. Now they want us to do what? They want us to find small letter n for F. For F. They want us to find the sample stratum size of this. They want us to find this. We need to find the sample stratum size of humanities, which is N. We need to find this. We need to find this. And also the last one, it's sample stratum size of what? Of education. Yeah. Okay, this one. Yeah. Yeah. Like this. Okay. Which formula are we going to use? We're going to start. We're going to say for FNAS, here, the Faculty of Natural and Agricultural Science. Yeah. We were going to use this formula N, small letter NF, which is equal to what? Is equal to what? Is equal to, let me just do this, the formula, which is equal to N, small letter n multiplied by capital letter F. We divide everything by the population, not everything. Now already we have our information, which is 120. We multiplied by what? We multiplied by, what is the capital letter N F for FNAS, which is equal to 800. 800, and we divide here by 4,000. No, 3,000, sorry. 3,000. 3,000. 3,000 here. Can I get the answer?
32.
82. 82. Done for F nubs. Let's do it like this. Okay. Now let's move to humanities. Humanities. Gosh, there's someone unmuted and I can't hear you. Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me? If you joined our meeting and you can't game on your side, try to leave the meeting and join again. I think maybe the problem might be your MS Teams. Try to leave the meeting and join again. Let me just do this. All right, now let's look at the question again. All right, for humanities, still gonna use the same formula, which is H is equal to what? Is equal to the formula, this one. 120 we multiplied by what? Multiply by 1,200. 1,200, and we divide everything by, we divide here by 3,000. 3,000, and can I get the answer?
$48.
Yeah, this is 48. 48, then you're done. So now we move to for education. For education. So NE is equal to what? NE is equal to 120. We multiplied by what? 120 multiplied by 1,000. 120 multiplied by 1,000. 1,000. We divide it by what? By 3,000. 3,000, like this. And then the NE will be equal to
40.
So our answers now it's what? It's 32, 48, 40. 32, 32, 48, 40. Let's see. 32. Let me just this. Wait. It's 32. Where is it? 32, 48, and 40. Let me just let's confirm here. 32, 48, and 40. Yes, it is. You must make sure that it's arranged. You're going to start with the one for FNAS. We got 32. Humanities, we got 48. Education, we got 40. So our answer there, it's option B. Any questions? Are you all sorted? Any questions? All right. Yeah, that question was based on chapter 2, the stratified random sampling. Okay, before we do another question from a different question paper. I think, well, let me just check here. I think it was, I'm not sure if it was or let me just check here. There's someone who sent me a question and it was based on chapter 2. I think it's, let me just check here. I think it's, let me just check. Maybe Elisa. Was it you? Please confirm, and please confirm the question question paper. if it was 2025 or, but let me just get that question again. I'm not sure if she's offline or what. Let's do this one. Okay. Question 8 says a quality control study is carried out on the lifetimes of light bulbs. So the light bulbs in the warehouse can be divided into strata as follow. Now we are given the energy saving. I hope you can all see this is capital letter N E. You can call it E. And then already this is N2, or you can call that the first one N1. N1, 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 N2, and N3. There's a proportional stratified random sample of size 100. So you know that this is small letter n. Small letter n is equal to 100. 100, okay, is required so that 4% of the population is included. 4% of the population is included. Okay. Calculate the value of N2. N2. We don't know N2. What about capital letter N? Do you know capital letter N? No. So which formula are you going to use to find this? Once you get capital letter N, it's going to be easy for you to find this. And how do you get this? First, let's start by finding capital letter N here. How do you get the capital letter N? And we are going to use this 4%. So that 4% of the population is included, which is 4% is 0,04. You multiply 0,04 with what? With that 100. Wait, no, you're not going to multiply it. You're going to divide that 0,4. But let me just check this one here. I just want to verify something here. Just gonna verify this one here. Okay, this is 100. Okay, and then for the 4%, that is our population. The 4%. The 4% is our population. So now look at this. You might think that this question is difficult, but it's not difficult. It's easy. The question is, how do you solve this? How do you get the population? Interesting. So this is what you're going to do now. You are going to do this. You're going to say, okay, remember, statistics, it's about analyzing of the data. It's about you analyzing the data now. So when you analyze the data, we checked, we saw that, oh, okay, I'm given 100. I am given 100. So now when I'm given 100, that 100 is what? That's a sample. That sample comes from where? From the population. So that's why I am going to use 100, the 100 for me to get that population. I hope you all understand that. You're all with me now. Are you all with me? Please confirm. Are you all with me before I continue with the, are you all with me? Okay, so this is what you're going to do. You're going to say 100 here, which is equal to what? Is equal to, remember, the 0.04, it's part of the population, according to the question of the population, multiplied by N. The aim is to find the capital letter N. So that's why we're going to divide everything here by what? By 0,04 here. 0,04. So that you can get what? The N. So 0,04. So now capital letter N is equal to what? Say 100 divided by, on your calculator, type 100 divided by 0,04. Please tell me the answer. So what do you get there on your calculator? What do you guys get on your calculator? Can you please confirm? 100 divided by 0.04.
2,500.
Okay, 2,500. Let me just do this. But this is equal to 2,500. So now we have our population, the whole population. It's going to be easy for us to find N2. We're going to say 2,500. 2,500, which is equal to N1. What is N1? Is equal to 530. 13 plus what? Plus N2, because we are looking for N2. N2 plus 1,234. Then what will be the N2? We're going to say now add 513, add it with 1,234. What is the total? 513 plus 1,234.
1,747.
1,000?
747.
1,747. Okay, now to get the N2, okay, let me just do it like this, so that we can also, so this is plus N2. So now, which is equal to 2,500, 500, which is equal to this. Now to get the N2, we're just going to say N2 is equal to what? Is equal to 2,500 minus 2,500 minus 1,747. And what is the answer? Therefore, N2 is equal to
753.
which is this one. So the answer is option E. Any questions? Any questions? Right. Okay. Let's now move to the next one. Okay, before we move to the cluster sampling, Elisa, can you please confirm like the question? I just want to know like which year so that I can download it on my site and explain it, because it's based on the stratified random sampling.
Hi, the question is in class test 1 2023, question 16.
2023. Okay, thank you. Let me just download it now, because it's based on the stratified random sampling. 2023. 2023 visit. Class test 1. Let me share my screen. Okay. Let's open with this. No, okay, let's go back to this one. Right. Okay, the question, this one, eh?
See your screen. I can't see your screen.
Oh, so let me share again. Can you all see now? Can you all see?
Yes, I can see.
Okay, great. All right, let's look at this one. All right, now they say a member of the NW Student Council, which is SC, wants to do a survey about first-year students and the NW's experience of the RNO program. Suppose the population of first-year students at NW can be divided into the following three strata. So, meaning the question is based on the stratified random sampling. We have the campus, Mahikeng, Potchefstroom, Vanderbilt Park. With there, we also have the number of students. So already you can see this is capital letter N, the population stratum size of Mahikeng, the other one, Potchefstroom and Vanderbilt Park. So now we can use those population stratum size to get the population size. And how do you get the population size? You're going to add 3,240 with 5,140 plus 1,620. And what is the answer? You add this one plus this one plus this one. Please add this and give me the answer.
10,000.
All right, 10,000. So we all understood how we got 10,000 as our population. All right, so now it says what? If the SC member wants to draw a proportional stratified sample of 100 size, so meaning N is equal to 100, like this. Okay, 100. Then now, how many students should be drawn from Potchefstroom here? Which formula are we going to use? Small letter n for P for the Potchefstroom is equal to small letter n multiplied by capital letter N for P. We divide everything by capital letter N. What is the small letter n? It's 100. So 100, just do this. So 100 is equal to what? 100 is equal, multiplied by capital letter N and P, which is 5,140. Then we divide everything by what? By 10,000. And what do you get there on your calculator? 10,000. The answer.
51.4.
51.4. So the answer will be 51. Any questions? All right, okay. There are no questions. Let's go back to this one. So now we did the simple random sampling, stratified. Now let's focus on the cluster sample. So with the cluster sample, so we're dealing with the population elements that are naturally grouped together. They are grouped together to do what? To form what? To form what we call the clusters. And that clusters, it consists of a group of heterogeneous elements. Let's see. Step one, you will be given the number of the clusters, and those numbers of the clusters are randomly chosen. They are randomly chosen. Now, all the elements from the chosen clusters that are now included in the sample, or those elements, they are randomly selected from the what? From the chosen clusters. And that chosen cluster now, its clusters are now what they're included in the sample. It's what we call the two-stage cluster sampling. So let's see this one. So this is how you see that the scenario is about the clusters, the cluster sampling. We have the population of all STTN111 students, group A, group B, group C, group D. So this thing now it's going to be what? Under the one-stage cluster sampling. Because why? Because all the elements from the chosen clusters, they are now included in the sample, like here. So that's how you see that the question is based on this cluster sampling here. Yeah. Any questions? Okay. Okay. This is how you see that it's cluster sampling. This is an example. Okay. They say, what eye problems do a 10-year-old school children over the whole country have? Let's see. Too expensive and time consuming to survey all 10-year-olds. Now you select what? You select 150 schools randomly. The schools is equal to those schools. So what we call it clusters. So it's very important to, with this kind of questions, you must analyze the question. You must make sure that you understand the question before you can say that I can see that the question is about cluster sampling. So yeah. Okay, this is our scenario. Let's look at the scenario. Thanks to improvements in aquaculture technologies, bluefin water tune has become widely available as food. So in Japan, over 100 small and large tuna farms spring up across the country. Now, a researcher's goal is to do what? Is to determine the average length of adult bluefin tuna fish due to farming methods. Now, the person do what? He drew a sample by randomly selecting 5 Japanese farms. By just doing that, choosing the clusters, recorded the length of all bluefin, the tuna in the adults pool in each of those clusters. He randomly chosen there. So what type of sampling did he use? You will be given this kind of questions. That's how you're going to say, oh, the question is based on the cluster sampling. You cannot say stratified. We don't have the number of groups. We don't have the stratum size. So that's the reason why the answer is cluster sampling. Any questions? Okay. All right. This is another example here. We can also look at this one on the slides. Another question here. Here it is. And this is just a matching. Now let's look at the non-probability sampling, meaning we are done with this one. Even this one is theory, convenience sampling, judgment, and the Kyoto. Let's see. So convenience sampling is when the sample is convenient. When we say that the sample is convenient, it's when, for e.g., we look at the researcher. The researcher is taken and also does not necessarily represent that population. And also, the units are easily attainable and readily available, which are selected. For example, a survey of hostel residents in the hostel that the students or the researcher lives in. That's what we call it, a convenient sampling. Then for judgment, it's when the sample is taken to do what? To include what we call the best sample elements in that sample, according to what? Researcher's judgment. It's about the judgment sampling. It's about the researcher's judgment. For e.g., look at the example. A TV presenter who chooses a number of people in the street to ask them for their opinion. The fact that he asked them about the opinions on a certain topic. So you see that thing, it's about the researcher's judgment. So the question is about your judgment sampling. Yeah. And then the Kyoto sampling. Let's see. This one, it's when now you divide the population into the segments. And that population, each segment is included in the sample. Or they are saying that the Kyoto are sometimes are based on the population proportions. But remember, the choice of those sample elements is made according to what we call a non-probability method. It can be either be convenience or it can either be judgment. So that is based on this one. Yeah. Then now the responsible application, this one is only theory. And also look at this one. And now the errors, the sample error, sampling observation error, the sampling bias. Let's see. The sample error, this one, it's what we call a reflection of the inherent inability. So when now you provide, like for e.g., a completely accurate information about that population. But remember, it depends on the sample size. It depends on that. And it cannot be avoided. But can be reduced by what? By when you select, you can reduce it by selecting a large sample size. So that's when you see that this is a sample error. Then the sampling observation errors, that one, it occurs during data collection. When you do a data collection, it's when now you're doing what we call the sampling observation error. For each, by looking at this, when you make a faulty or inaccurate measuring instruments or unreliability of the interview, or the respondent And that's sampling observation. Then the sampling bias. This one, it occurs when you do what? When certain parts of the population, they are represented to do what? To a lesser degree, or it's not represented at all. So that's sampling bias. So please go and check out the questions that are based on the sampling bias, the sampling error, the sampling observation error, and even the convenience, judgment, and cute. So yeah. So yeah, it is. So any questions? You guys have any questions? All right. So I think let me just stop the recording. Stop recording. Okay, guys. I think now you